Are you serious? Are you serious? Well, it was a concern last night. We talked about it during one of our YouTube videos and during our live broadcast. And I even brought in BP Earthwatch. I was concerned that with this gaping hole, Earth facing, and solar winds blowing right at us, that we would have a major quake, or at least a very strong quake. We have. Just a few hours after that broadcast ended last night, we had a 6.1 earthquake in Alaska. Now, it's very shallow, and we're concerned about tsunamis. We don't think we'll get anything significant, but this was a very shallow 6.1 major quake in Alaska. They're in Attu Station, Alaska, which is very close to Russia even, by the way. But besides that, there was great concerns because there were several earthquakes yesterday that were real deep, like 508 kilometers and 502 kilometer quake in Japan, some very deep quakes. But, and I said to BP, I said, the pressure's building. He said, the pressure is building, and with this gaping hole, if those solar winds get stronger, we're going to feel, the pressure's building in the earth. Well, they have gotten stronger. They were 340 kilometers per second last night. They're now up to 572 kilometers per second with the gaping hole, earth facing, sending solar winds. And of course, those solar winds are bringing with them UV radiation, and pressure from the sun. And we know the sun has been very, very active and volatile. These winds have been crazy for the last 3 months. And we've been talking about that. And Mike from around the world told us we would see a spike of the waves of energy. And we did. And it was captured. BP has already showed us all the charts on that. We've all seen that. That wave of energy hit the sun and lasted for 4 hours, taking the solar winds from 320 kilometers per second to 1,151 kilometers per second and sustained those winds for 4 solid hours. Now, we also know that NASA turned off all of the different satellites to monitor this, including the magnetosphere, so we couldn't gauge where the wave come from or just how high it eventually got to. So until it passed 46 hours, they kept all 3 of the different satellites down, monitoring it. So we don't know what the data is. And they must have known it was coming, and they were prepared for it. Now, this doesn't shock me because Mike from the world told us 4 years ago that these waves were coming, and he told us exactly the months they were going to hit. And they've happened. And here's the news you need to know. We had the waves in October last year. We had the second wave of energy really in December, which was captured by Dutch Sense. We've now had this wave, strong solar winds raging on the sun before they shut everything down. And Mike from around the world told us we'd have a spike in March, and then he said, then June, July, and August, we'll really see the fireworks, if you will, of the waves. So what does that all mean? All right, and how does this affect our magnetosphere around our shield around the Earth? All right, so the solar winds are raging. There's a gaping hole facing the Earth. We're going to get more pressure today from yesterday's winds that blew through. So we're really going to feel them today. There may be more quakes. Matter of fact, there was we had the 4.6 earthquake in Mexico, 6.1 hit Alaska, then a 4.5 the Philippines, 5.1 earthquake hit in Indonesia. And so, but we're really keeping our eyes on what happened up there in Alaska and where else will the pressure be building. We'll get you up to speed on all that. Plus, there was an amazing auroras, off the charts auroras in New Zealand and other places of the world. But that's all part of this solar winds blowing blowing all of this pressure from the sun. It's building, and and creating this tremendous auroras. I'll be back with more current world events. Don't miss today's live broadcast. Starts at 12 noon Eastern at my website at www.paulbegleyprophecy.com. Give your life to Jesus Christ. The signs, the apocalyptic signs, something biblical is going on with the signs of the second coming of Christ. Are you saved?